million dreams that won't come true. I was lost to the passing time. I was lost to the once was mine. I was lost. Somewhere between the chimes, that's where we spend our time, endlessly seeking answers we won't find. I was lost to the glass and sun. I was lost to the second hand. I was lost.
Lynn's always there ready to press the button. Good evening, my dear friend. She thought she was out of shot there. You know, why is that? I'm useless. I'm hopeless at this stuff. I'll just press the wrong button, you know. There's a record of all these live streams over this is the 27th. 27 times you're going to see Lynn's head there pushing buttons in the background. Anyway, I want to welcome you to the 27th live stream. It's gone quick, hasn't it? And a particular welcome to our dear friends over the other side of the pond on this, the 4th of July. We don't hold any grudges here in the UK, don't know. So happy 4th of July, folks. All right. Right, 27th live stream. 1,000 more subscribers. Thereabouts. What are we going to do today? Lynn and I, we've been away for a couple of weeks. We've been in Portugal, so I haven't played my guitar for a couple of weeks. I never bothered taking it with us, with me, because I want to get the old fingers a rest. But when I come back, I play like crap. So today we're going to try and catch up with what if you hear any mistakes, forgive me. You know, right? You know the routine by now. You ask questions, right? You know, you take advantage of what we're doing now, all the stuff that I've done over the last couple of few weeks, and I'll try and fix them for you while you're online. You know, anything you're struggling with. I thought today it would be nice. You know, you get people with particular chords that they can't play. You know, like B flat or E flat or things like that. Any chords that you may have a problem with, tell me what they are, and I may be able to. Well, I will. I'll try and find you another inversion of that chord, you know, another way of playing it to make it easy, because there's nothing worse than playing a song, getting to a particular chord and then say, oh poo, I can't play the song because you can't do that chord. So any chord that you may have that you struggle with, E flat, got a great cheat for E flat, anything like that, you tell me, and we'll see if we can. I'll fix it for you. Those of you that do a super chat, as in donate to the Biscuit Fund, your questions pop up first. I can see them. You know, you see where you've donated something, so I always answer those first for obvious reasons. All right. I want to thank my friends at Patreon as well. Those people that have joined my Patreon platform, because they keep all the free content on the channel going. Because it takes quite a long time to do all these things, which I love doing, but it does take time, and it means I can take time out of my, you know, general teaching, private stuff in order to do them. So those Patreon subscriptions really help to do that. So anyway, let's have a look. So the super chat, you get the questions coming in while I'm blabbing on. What are we going to do? Chords. I like to talk about chords. Favourite chords. What are your favourite chords? And again, we'll see if we can find different ways of playing it. If you've got any problems with your finger picking, bar chords, strumming, all that sort of stuff, any song that you may be struggling to get your head around, you know, if I know what it is, or you tell me what it is, I've got YouTube set up on here. I'll even if I don't know it, you know, all part of the fun is seeing if I can just work something out now. You know, you say what it is, I'll have a listen and see if I can do it. You know, test me. It's all part of the fun. Right. What did we do? What have we done in the last few weeks? Well, I did In My Life by. I did it before, but I didn't put all the paperwork up the first time I did it. I think I did it as a bit of a quickie. And I wanted to, whenever I do these things, I always like to add the bits that are, you know, that are missing. Because on a record, you've got two guitars playing the intro. You know, ding, ding, da, 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 da. So. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. We did that one. But the key to that, and to make it sound really cool, is doing this. Which makes, it just brings the song to life. So we did that, hang on, I've got it here. So In My Life we did that. And everything that I've just played, all the little, if you haven't seen it yet, go and look for it. You'll see it there. And everything I've just done in my idiot-proof way. Thank you, my tea has just plunked onto the desk, as you probably heard that. Everyone's laughing at you, Lynn. Oh. They're all laughing. I've got smiley faces popping up on here.
I haven't got any of the thing on mine.
Any what?
The questions.
Haven't you? I've got them on here.
Huh?
I've got loads of questions on this. Yeah, so I'm going to start. I'll have a quick look now. Right, let's have a quick look. So the first one that's popped up with a nice super thanks, as always, for the tea and coffee, biscuits and donuts. Hope you're both well. We are, thank you very much. Dominant seventh chords and flat fifths. What the hell's he talking about? Improvising using the only skill you really need to know. Well, when you're playing, the only scale you really need to know, you're looking at the Aeolian scale or the pentatonic. I look at that one. When it goes into flat and fifths and all this sort of stuff, just think of it as what is it. If it's a seventh, it's a seventh, and it'll all still work. You know, the only scale you really need to know is. I mean, how many seventh shapes do you know? What are you talking to the seventh? This is from Craig 6951. You know, the sort of sevenths I like playing. There's different ways of playing a seventh. Let's look at, say, this. You know your normal G7, your open sevenths. If we were going to play a seventh with a bar chord, you've got your straightforward seventh like this, and then what I call the added seventh. But the seventh I like to play a lot is the one that all those 60s bands use. Imagine you're playing a C. Well, you are playing a C, and you add your little finger to the third string here. Well, if you dampen off the bass note, when you're playing it in that position C, you can play 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. But it's a movable chord, that, and if you just sort of let your fingers mute that first string, it's that seventh chord. Sunshine came softly upon my window today. It's great. I got something to say that might cause you pain. Brilliant chord. Sevenths. Okay. What was the other one you mentioned? Flat and fifths. I don't know all these fancy chord names. I probably know how to play them. But as far as the only scale you really need to know, if I was going to be playing in seventh, I would. Say you're playing a seventh there, say an A seventh, I would use the pentatonic. I would use it there. Okay, we get to that. Have a look at that only scale you really need to know. But thank you again, Craig, for that donation to the channel. Hi Rob, important question. This is off Apple Milk. I like the name of that. Important question. What's your favourite biscuit? I don't know. I like bourbons. I like all sorts. The problem is I like them all. I like them all too much. Thank you for everything you do. You're very welcome. I've learned so much from you. Good. That's the whole point of these things. See, they're all free, and the more people play guitar, the better. You know, that's the key for me. The more people that play. See, when I was younger, I had. You know, my dad and mum got me a guitar, so I had that sort of thing, and didn't have formal lessons, but I joined a band when I was about 15, and we became quite successful, very successful in certain parts of the world, and I learnt a lot from them, they learnt a lot from me, and we sort of, you know, we used to learn from going into music shops like Frank Hesse, you know, like that gentleman's just asked me about the seventh chords. We'd go into a music shop, because of course you didn't have YouTube, and we'd ask the old guy behind the counter, a fella called Jim Gretti, who used to serve the Beatles, you know, very famous fella, and Hesse's in Liverpool. And he'd show us, a very kind bloke, and that's why we all have a lot of respect for the man. He'd chase us out if we were messing around with the guitars too much, though, but that's how we did it. But now, of course, you've got me, I'll show you what I can on here, and all the stuff that we've got is free to look at. Right, so anyway, we did, what's the name, didn't we? Let's go back to what we've done. I did... in my life, and then I did, what was the other one? I think the Grand Vowels, wasn't it? You big cowards. I told you not many people would watch it, you know, and I was right, because you all panic, you think, oh, it's classical, I can't do it. Well, you know, I do it in such a way, like this, so you can't mess it up. See that? Everything you need to do. You won't get it with tablature. People think, oh, I can do it with tablature. Well, you can't, because tablature won't give you your left hand, you know. Oops. Here's the phone. You Nokia people will remember that. Okay, that's where that came from. That was Grand Vowels. Give it a go, come on. It's all here. Imagine if you can play a bit of stuff. And there's a little cheat that I do. Say, Grand Vowels is in, say, 5 parts. And what you can do is you can, say you only know a certain part of a classical piece. For example, if I was going to do, say this, Horizons by Genesis, say. Forgive the mistakes. I haven't played for 2 weeks. Say that was all I knew. Yeah. I'd do this. And I'd segue it. And say that was all I knew of that. Do that. What else would I do? And so what I'm saying in a nutshell, if you know parts of these instrumentals but you don't know all of it, arrange it so you can segue them up, and just join the bits together, and then your audience will think you're really clever. They won't remember that you didn't play all of it. They'll say you played yesterday, you did Horizons, you did Classical Gas, you did whatever grand band, and that's how you do it. I shouldn't have told you that. It's all part of the con. Anyway, thank you. As Deb Porter, one of my wonderful students. Thank you. Rich T. Thanks, Rob and Lynn. Rich T. But Lynn and I, we're trying to lose a bit of weight because we've been away to Portugal and we've been eating these bloody custards and all, these things that they have, and it's bad. So we're trying to sort of. I have to cut down. My head's getting. My head looks like a football with a slit in it. Burst football. So I won't say the same about Lynn.
Mine's worse.
Yeah, no, it's not. Right, but so let's have a look. So we've done that one. Then we did. And we got the football coming up, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
funny you should say that.
are you looking at these?
No, this gentleman
Yeah.
with outdoors
Yeah.
as a Scotty.
I feel we need a little rendition of
It's coming home.
what football's coming out.
Well, there's the one, isn't it?
I don't know that one.
No.
It's
No
coming
wonder
out.
all
I'll
that.
tell you what. We were the first. Me and my brother. We were the first. There wouldn't be any. It's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. If it wasn't for me, and and my brother and a great footballer called Craig Johnson, because Craig, he was an Australian guy, clever guy, really, I mean that, genuinely clever guy. He invented that boot, the Predator football boot. But he used to be one of my students, and he used to hang around with us because we weren't that into football, and he didn't like talking about football all the time. But he wanted to make a record for Liverpool, and I said, "Oh no," and he wanted me to help him do it. I said, "I'm not doing it." We just had Session of the Year on Radio 1. I thought, I'm not making a bloody football record, and losing what credibility we were just getting. And it turned out that he said, "Oh, please." So anyway, he'd written these words, and he goes, "It's a rap." And I hate rapping. I can't stand it. Standing there pointing at people while your trousers are falling down was not my idea of music. But anyway, he's a mate. I was teaching him, so I said, "Go on, then, whatever you go." So he'd written some words, and it was fun. I said, "Well, as long as we don't have anybody singing on it, that's all right." So we did this record called the Anfield Rap, which you'll know, and it was got to number 3 in the charts, even though they lost the FA Cup final. But it got to number 3. But we had John Barnes and all the players were rapping in it, including Craig. And they made a fantastic video. In fact, the studio I use now with Lynn, where we go in, the Motor Museum where we record all our stuff, first time I went in there was to record that particular record. And but what it did is, once John Barnes did that rapping thing and people could see there was a different way of making football records, and you didn't have a bunch of, blokes singing out of tune going and all this stuff, and you made it fun, which it was. You had other bands doing it. You had England then having John Barnes rapping in their track, and then of course New Order that time, and then New Order, and then we had the Lightning Seeds, a great Liverpool band. They did one. So, but we were the first ones. I can say it now. At the time, we all hid from the cameras when they came into the studio because we just didn't want to be associated with the football record. But there we go. Now, can I play It's Coming Home? No, I don't know. I don't know the. Home, it's coming home, it's coming. So, it's coming home, it's coming. It's coming. I don't know it, but I know the tune. Anyway, if you need a little tail there.
The other one is Wonderwall.
What one? I'm not doing that. I've done that one. I don't think Wonderwall's a good football record. It's a great song, but I don't see how it's a football record. Do you know songs by The Cure? Cure are great. I've done a few of their things. Lovely Rita. Well, Lovely Rita and I Under Rose. Those two particular songs, great though they are, they're the sort of songs that you never ever hear anyone playing, because the chords are always so weird, especially on one guitar. And one of the reasons the Beatles stopped playing live is because they couldn't do songs like Lovely Rita or I Am the Walrus without an orchestra with them. Both of those songs are great. I'd have to work them out. What else have we got? Can you explain modes? No. Listen, I'm not a technical guy, modes are sort of, I think it's like different types of scale. All you've got to think about, the way I like to think of it is this. Think of it like this, all right? You've got 12 notes, right? And one of those is an octave, all right? As in it's the same note, only higher. That's what you've got. You've got 12. That's all Beethoven had, right? It's all the Sex Pistols had. It's all I've got. It's all you've got. We've got 12 notes, including the octave, right? So break it down into its simplest form in what makes somebody successful is what order are you going to put them in, all right? And that's it. If you were to ask David Gilmour, you go online and check all these great, say Dave Gilmour, Eric Clapton, all the electric players, that is, Jimi Hendrix. They haven't got a clue what a mode is or a scale. They don't care. They write their own music and they just play like I do. We just play what we do. I'll use the Aeolian scale. I won't play it. I won't go like this every time I'm going to do a solo. I'll sort of start it. I'll use the notes, but I'll put them in a different order. Think of it like an alphabet, right? We got 26 letters in the alphabet. And with those 26 letters, I could be William Shakespeare, or I could be one of the writers of the Viz comic. Same letters, what order you put them in is the key to how it works. It's as simple as that. All right. Same with art. Got so many primary colours. It's how you mix them up to get all the different shades and all that sort of stuff. Right, what else have we got? But really, I'm not. This is one of the reasons, you've got to understand, one of the reasons I write stuff out in my idiot-proof way and why the channel is quite popular is because I translate all that modey stuff into languages that people can understand. All right, keeping it simple. For example, I always use cyclists as an example. I know how to. I have to drive in a car. I know how to drive a car, but I don't need to know how the engine works in order to get to the shops. All I need to know is how to drive it. I could learn how it all works, but it wouldn't get me to the shops any quicker. Now I know that's a bit of an ignorant way of thinking, but sometimes a lot of good players they think that the knowledge from a book is going to help them to play. Well, it isn't. The best way to learn how to play, treat your guitar playing like a sport, like an athlete, because it's a physical thing. You've got to move your hands, right? And you've got to move your fingers. And if you don't train your hands and your fingers, it doesn't matter what you do. It's like you can't learn to play golf or football from reading a book. You can. It's interesting, but it won't. It won't show you how. You won't move your body for you, will it? All right. So we did that one, but keep the things coming in, and we'll have a look and see what else we know. What else have we got? Do you remember, what's this one? Oh, I'm Mike, my good mate Mike Witt. Do you remember Pride of Merseyside? Yeah.
Great song, Pride of Merseyside.
Yeah. Well, sorry, you've just reminded me, Mike. Before the Anfield Rap football record.
He still got his jacket.
Who has? Mike's got his jacket.
That's what he said.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I forgot about that. Before the Anfield Rap record, I did, me and my brother Al, we did another record for Liverpool, and it was called The Pride of Merseyside. And what he'd done is he'd taken an old John Wayne tune and rewritten the lyrics. But it was good because we had some great actors in the video, and it was based on the Liverpool-Everton Cup final, which I think Liverpool ended up winning. You Everton fans will remember it vividly, because it was a famous thing. But we made such a great video for that one, and Alan Bleasdale, the playwright, he had a hand in helping with the video. I remember that, and the video was beautifully made, and they lost seven games in a row, and it only just got into the top 75, which was a real bummer because the video was absolutely great. I'm trying to find the video. If anyone out there looks for Pride of Merseyside, see if you can find the video. Mickey Stark, a great actor called Mickey Stark, was in it. In fact, I think my brother Al and I, we had a little cameo role. We were like a little band in this pub. We recorded it in the video in Lark Lane, just down the road from the studio that we work in, called the Albert. We recorded it in there. So if anyone's got that video, I'd love to see it again. And I always remember Mike, my good mate Mike Witt. we're releasing a video. One of our songs that we did called Concertina Ballerina in the 80s. Michael know this well. It's getting millions of streams. It's at about 5 million. It gets about 13,000 a day. So I don't know why, but it's everyone in America seems to have picked up on it. All the youngsters have picked up on it because it's quite a macabre sounding song. An interesting track. And I always remember Mike in the house in Greasby, and I got Mike to play the chords. He was doing this, and while he was doing it, I was trying to work the bloody solo out on it, which I did, and it sounds great. But it's coming out on my son Sam's got a second book coming out, and that song inspired the series of books that he's done. So it's going to be the main video for the launch, and the solo and all that will be in there because we did an edited version for an album, but there was also an extended version with that guitar solo in. So that's the one that's coming out. But Mr. Whittingham, my good friend Mike Witt, if it hadn't been for Mike, the solo wouldn't have been on it. So cheers, Mike. And you've still got Craig Johnson's jacket. I didn't know that. There we are. What else have we got? I come from the Eric Morecambe school of playing. Yeah. I know what you mean. You're playing all the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order. Well, that's all part of the. Well, that's in a way. That's it. I know it's a joke, and that's what Eric Morecambe said, the famous comedian, for those people in the States that don't know who Eric Morecambe is. He was playing the piano, and he was hitting these notes, and he was with Andre Previn, and his famous line is, because Andre Previn said, "That is awful," and he goes, "You're playing the wrong notes," and he goes, "No, Andre, I'm playing the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order," which was great. Is it possible to do an arrangement of Africa by Toto? I suppose so. But to be honest with you, if you're going to do a cover version, and you're a guitar player, then try and play something that the audience can relate to, as in, a guitar. Sometimes with a piano, when you're in a piano thing, you've got 10 digits, haven't you, working for you on a piano. There's a lot of colour, you've got a lot of nice things that you can do on a piano. Beautiful instrument, a piano. I wish I could play one. On a guitar, we've only got the 6 strings, and we've only got our 4 fingers in order to do stuff with. So we're quite limited on what we can play. So a lot of that colour, is missing. Imagine, it's a bit like when you're playing a ukulele, for example. A ukulele has only got, I'm playing, if I was going to play that shape on a guitar, it would, like a G shape, it would be there. So, but this is like the high 4 strings on the guitar, so the 2 bass strings are missing. So any colour that I would do with these, I can't do because I'm not using them. And similarly with the piano. With the piano, you've got a lot more stuff you can do. So it's important, I think, choosing the song if you're going to play. It's really important to try and get it right. Now there are certain songs on piano that you can do, and just doing a completely different arrangement. Tarlo, thank you. My coffee has arrived. Doing a completely different arrangement can work just as well. But it's a great song, I guess. But I'll tell you now, whatever the chords are, it'll be dead simple. Let's have a quick look while you're on. So what did he say? What one was it? Africa. Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to go onto YouTube here. Right, is it that one? Lynn, help me. If you go off, folks, and you see Lynn grovelling around the floors because I've hit the wrong one. Right, what's it called? Africa.
Yeah. Toto.
I've probably got a dog up. Toto, something from the Wizard of Oz just popped up here. That was it. Now, hang on a minute. Okay, so let's have a listen. Let's just turn that
Tap in and tap out for our best value train
listen to this.
between Wrexham Central and Bidston.
It's an advert. Hold on. Wait, sorry for the ad.
Delta
And we're
5
advertising the couch.
adapts to your life. Any layout, any mood, any
Yeah.
moment. Come home to the future of furniture. Come home to
whatever,
King.
yeah.
Hurry, sail
You
on
need to have
now.
like a mansion to put that in, look. Keep
Oh,
going.
no.
Yeah, I'll turn it up a bit. Turn it up a
How was
bit
it
louder.
that one?
Is that it? Africa. That's it. Okay. dun, dun. Okay, so I'm following the bass. Okay, and then if I want to remember changes. Okay. Christ, how many times is he going to do this bit? Duh. So then he goes to B. So you've got. I hear the drum. Oh, that was a good guess. See, in my head, I can sort of feel where this progression is going to go. Da, da, dee, da. Let's see if that's correct. Hold on. Send it we love it. So so we got a B, D sharp minor, G sharp minor, da 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 da, and then a clever chord with that.
The wild dogs cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing.
Dum. There goes in the da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Whoa, I'm gonna get this now. You've got me going.
Some solitary company.
Dee 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 dee. No. Shit, what's that chord? Sorry for swearing. You've got me. You're winding me up now. Ah, that's wrong. That's the one. Let's get that again. Hold on. I think it's a D. More. No, it's not. Da. Or something like that. I'd have to work it out. But we could, yeah, you could do it. It's not the easiest one. Again, piano's colour within the chords. I enjoy doing that. Anything else you want me to try and do, feel free to watch my brain go round. Sorry, Lynn's grovelling around here. What are we doing? You're gonna minimise that. Nope. Now she's changed all the things around, so we can't see what's actually going on. And there we are. Right, what else have we got? Do you want to find some more stuff? Hi, Robbie. What else have we got here? Good evening. What is it? Now listen, if these questions don't keep coming in, it's going to be a bloody short live stream. Okay, where are we now? What is it? Eric called him Andre Prelude. What's that? Do you play the band? No, I can't play a banjo. My son can play a bit of banjo. I can't. I never really tried, really. You know, it's a beautiful instrument. I've got a banjo, but I can't play it. I've never really tried to do it. I don't like those metal things you've got to put on your fingers in order to do it. So no, I don't. What else have we got? Oh, I think. Why does everything I play sound like free-form jazz? It doesn't. Come on, you know. Mystery Train. Scotty Moore. Oh shit! Is Scotty Moore? He's a great player, isn't he? Is Scotty Moore one of those things? I'll check that out. Scotty Moore. What else have we got here? Right, is that all the questions we've got up to now? All right, well, while you're doing some more, as I say, the live stream is all about you folks, so if you don't keep the questions coming in, it's going to be a short one today. Right, we also did a Donovan, can you all laugh for us please? We also did a Donovan song. Don't worry about the clunks, the more dinks the guitar's got, the better it'll be. Well, I know every dint in my guitars.
Same as your car.
Yeah, not the car in it. So, now why I did this one, Catch the Wind, Donovan. Now Donovan, you may remember, whereas Bob Dylan was a sort of hard-nosed political songwriter, doing all that folk stuff, Donovan was more of a whimsical guy. What's that? Is there any particular trick on playing bass drum style like False and Prison or Catch the Wind? Well, yeah, I'll show you that now. So well, can you remind me about the Folsom one in a minute, Lynn? So Catch the Wind. The reason I did it, it's a nice, easy way of getting into this particular style that Donovan did, and that Bob Dylan did, and all those Pete Seeger, all those great, John Lennon, that little style of playing. Now, all you've got to do, in a nutshell, very, very quickly. Okay, the song was this. In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I long to be in the warm hold of your love and mine, to feel you all around me and to take my hand along the sand. But I may as well try and catch the wind. That type of thing. I forget about the dove note I've just hit. Why is it important? Well, if you can do that, how many roads must a man walk down? It's all the same. Uses the same sort of movement between chords. And what's nice about it, it's easy to do. Let me demonstrate quickly. So say you all know how to play your C like this. Bump, bump, bump with your 3 fingers and your little finger down. Well, what we do, there's your C. With this particular technique, put your little finger down on the first string and leave it there. So that's your C major. Try not to thump an open E bass, we don't want that. Our root note is on the 5th string, and we'll come down from there. Now the next chord in the progression ordinarily would be an F, and we're going to play an F, but it's called an F add 9. And all that means is you take these 2 fingers here, and you just move them down 1 string each. Fingers 1 and 4 remain. Alright, it's a beautiful chord. So, see the way root note, C, down, down, C, down, F. That's the root note for F there, rather than the octave lower. Alright, so whenever you struggle with an F, you can always do this one, you see. That's why they do it. They don't play the guitar to make it hard. And then you've got your G. So our root note is here now. Bring this finger off, little finger still on. And then you've got little runs. So say we were going from C to F. So we've got a C note. Bring these fingers off, leave these 2 on. Hit the 4th string. 4th string at the 2nd fret. So it's here. F, add 9, then go backwards to your 5, and then if you want to go to your G, 5, bring this finger up, 5, 5, 6, then 6, 5, 5, 6. And that's all they're doing. And they're sort of just doing little permutations of that particular run. And that little finger there is great. So say you're playing a C. It's also nice to leave it on the A minor, E minor, G, it just gives it a different little bit more colour. So we did catch the wind, and we did it in order to get our heads around that particular way of playing. Okay, so you can get that. Right, so it's all on here. All the idiot stuff's on here as well. All right. So we did that one. Now the other one, I think the question was about Folsom Prison Blues. It's Johnny Cash. Like that, isn't it? I hear that train a coming, it's coming around the bend. I ain't here, don't know the other words, don't know when, but I'm at old Charleston Building, just to watch it now. But I hear that train a coming, I hear my head and right. So, Folsom, I've done this one by the way, I think, and again, I like to do the intro where it goes down, 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 doom, doom. Now, if you're playing it on one guitar, as I am, you can still do that little riff. Get your B7th together. I'm doing this for, is it Kev who asked me to do it? Is it Kev who asked me to do the Folsom one?
Oh, don't know.
Yeah, there it is. It was
Stormageddon.
Stormageddon. Stormageddon. Cool. Right, so there's our B7. So watch this. Now again, it's all on the thing. If you go on my site on the Fennah Rob, you'll see it. So just the intro. I'm on B7. Can you see that? 5, 5, 5, 4 down, 4 down, 5 down. Bring this finger up to the 3rd fret. 3, 2. That's that 3, 2. That's it. And then to 8. So 5, 5, 5, 4 down, 4 down, 5 down. Now on an electric guitar you go. You can do that on acoustic if you want to do it, but if you can't bend the notes or it's a bit hard, the strings are too heavy. So now what's the strum? It's like he uses. Well, let's look at the chords. There's 3 chords in it. That's all there is. E, A, and B7. When you're playing the E, your root note is there on the 6th string because that's the note E. Do we have a string above it to bounce to? No. So we'll bounce to the 5th string. It's your bass guitar. Dum, 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 dum. I hear that train. But for now, forget about strumming. Just get the main rhythm. Bum, da, dum, da, dum, da, dum. 5 down, sorry, 6 down, 5 down, 6 down, 5. Coming around the bend, just get used to doing that. 6 down, 5 down, 6 down, 5 down, 6 down, 5 down, here, then to an A. Our A root note is the 5th string. Do we have a string above that one? Yes, we do. So we'll go 5 down. Just to watch him. Back to 8, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. Now when you spin to your B7th, we do have a string above the B note, which is the 5th string, but we never ever play an open E with the B7. It's the most horrible sound you'll ever hear. So if you want to, what you've got to do is move this finger like this. So 5 down, 6 down, 5 down. It's easy to do that. So once you've got the hang of those bass notes, right, then you can think, well, what else is going on? Well, he sort of goes 6 down, 5 down, not 6. Dum, da, da, dum, da. Now, a lot of you might find that difficult to do with a plec. It takes a little bit of practice to get the accuracy. However, if you get your 3 fingers and do this, a simple way of doing it, just to get that, to be able, you'll get away with it, is I hear that train a coming. That's 6, and then pluck at the strings. But it gives you that different, defined bass. I hear that train a coming. It's coming around the bend. I ain't hear the sunshine inside. I ain't hit the sunshine. I haven't seen the sunshine. Jeez, I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. 'Cause I was up in Charleston prison. Now the other way of doing it, you can do a little McCartney thing where he goes. That's how A. McCartney do. You know, I've told you before about he uses one finger, like 6 decker, and then instead of black, you use your finger. I hear that train a coming. And when you've learned one Johnny Cash song, you've learned them all, because he uses that style on everything. So this is why it's important. Get your head around a technique, and you're laughing.
That's Rad.
Who is it?
Rad.
Hiya, Rad. Where is he? Could you help me out with the strumming pattern on, what is it? Call of the Wild by Chris. The chords are E minor. Okay, let's have a look at it. So Rad has just donated $30 to the biscuit. Do we buy a few biscuits for that?
Oh yeah.
So because Rad has been very kind and done that, we're going to go on to, what is it? Lynn, can you do that for me? Because you're cleverer than me.
I need this.
Can you, so yeah, I'll do it. What do you remember the name of the song? What's it called?
Yeah, well,
Call of the Wild by Chris.
okay then. Yeah.
So go on then, you do it. Well, Call of the Wild.
It's
Call
Call of the Wild.
of, oh shit, I had the wrong one. The Wild. By who?
Chris Ledoux.
Chris who?
L-E-D.
Chris Agadoo.
Yes, and then L-E-D.
Has he got a French name?
Must have. Oh, you.
Oh yeah, there he is. Call of the Wild. So let's have a look at this. Oh, country. He's got a cowboy hat on. There we are. So should we have a look at this?
I don't feel that's
Forgive the adverts, folks. Still part of the fun.
Don't listen to that nonsense. Come on,
I'll turn it up. Let them have a listen to the advert. If I've got to endure it, so have you. Oh.
Let's see.
Oh, he's got a pot noodle.
Scored one of 6
Yes, yes.
legendary.
I'll turn it on if I've got to read it. There's a ball for there. You can do that bit. Okay, stop it.
Storm clouds are building above.
Is that in it? That was it. Dum dum ding dum dum. You know, let's pull it over a bit.
Of the timberline, the lightning's flashing across the mountainside.
Oh. Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, cool.
Storm clouds are building above the timberline. The lightning's flashing across the mountainside.
Okay, so you got. So this is for Rad, who kindly.
Well, he needs help with the strumming.
Yeah, I want to show it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Okay. He's playing it.
I'm showing. I can't tell him. I've got to show him how to do it.
I can't yourself.
Bickering. Me. No. Okay, now how can I show Rad how to do it if I don't show him how to do it? Now I've forgotten what I was doing. Okay, so it's sort of like now watch my hand. Dum dum ding chicka dum dum ding chicka dum dum ding chicka dum chicka dum chicka dum dum ding. And why am I doing the noise and not doing the play? I want you to take note of this hand. The hand never stops moving. Boom, boom, ding, chicka, boom, boom, ding, chicka, boom, boom, ding, chicka, dang, chicka, dang, chicka. Now the first chord, let's look at the chords for E minor. Then you got a G to a D, okay? And I'm sort of catching when I'm doing it. Can you see this, Rad? I'm sort of going. I'm not striking, I'm not going like this. I'm sort of pulling away. Good things. And I'm sort of slightly muting it. It's difficult to show you now. So, see my palm of my. got. I'm going to blame Lynn. She bloody well put me off. Then I had it all going.
Thunder's rolling down the canyons of his mind.
Okay, so it goes. Thunder's roaring down the canyons of his mind. And then it went to it, so that was an E minor to a C. Thunder's roaring from the canyons of his mind. D, D, bum, bum. And when you get to the D, we don't want to be going and hitting those notes because it's not the root note. We want to be hitting the 5 and the 4 really. So mute it. And you've got a doodle-doo, which you'll hear in hundreds of songs, and all that is, Brad, you're on your E minor, you bring your fingers off and you hammer on. Bring them both off, don't try to do it one at a time, it's messy. Hammer onto the 5th string like this, and then a note 4. Thunder's roaring on the canyons of his mind. So I hope that helps you there, Rad. There we go, another successful demonstration, I think. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Sorry, Lynn's. Yeah, come closer, Lynn. Oh, what else have we got? I've been trying to play a song by heart. I've been trying to play the song Alone. By heart, with the only scale you need. How do you make?
For failed.
So the song is called Alone, with the only scale you really need to know. Well, you wouldn't play the song with the scale. You know. I think you must be. You're talking about a solo. I'll look into that. As I say, I'm highlighting the ones that have got the big orange ones first.
Good.
Where down. Love a cheat for beef. What?
The one above.
You just say what it is, love. I'm so sorry, I'm not a mind reader.
Just read at the screen.
I can't see it. I haven't got my binoculars. You know. Where are we looking? Oh, I've been trying to play a song by heart. Oh. Jesus Christ, forgive me for the blasphemy. For God forgive it. Is transposing songs considered? No, of course it isn't. How can it be cheating for transposing a song? What transposing a song means is you're putting it in a key that you can sing. So you can't cheat in music. People say if you use a capo, is it cheating? Of course it isn't bloody cheating. How do you think Here Comes the Sun? You wouldn't have Here Comes the Sun if you didn't have a capo, would you? You know. Is driving a car with an engine cheating because my horse thinks it is? No, it's not cheating. It's whatever. All that matters is, does it sound any good? You know, if it's something that you're playing sounds great, then it sounds great. It doesn't matter whether you're playing it, whatever way you're playing it. You know, cheating is when somebody else is playing it and you play it to somebody else and say, "Oh, look what I've done." That's cheating. But no, but transposing songs, you have to do it in order to play these things. Using a capo is certainly not cheating. Love a cheat for B flat and E flat. Well, let's have a look at B flat first, shall we? Well, E flat. The E flat's the trickiest one. If you know how to play C, a full C. All right, very important, full C, as in with this finger on, and you move that to the 4th fret, but you must not play the 1st string. It's out of bounds. That's a B flat. Instead of having to do that, now I always put, if I'm going to use it, if you play the 1st string though, you got problems. As far as a cheat for B flat, it's hard on B flat. The only cheat I know is I always play my A chord like this. I always do it. I don't use these 3 fingers because I always use fingers here. So I always like to have a finger. to do stuff with in the first fret. And also, if I'm going to play a B flat from there, I would move, all a B flat is an A shape moved up the neck by 1 fret. But of course we have to take the place of this knot now with our finger. Okay. So that's how you'd ordinarily play a B flat. But if you can't do a bar, just take your A up 1 fret and take this first finger and just put it there. Now it means you can't play strings 6 and 5, but you could still, you know, or I mean even, you could even, if you were on electric guitar, you could cheat by just using the 3 strings. You know. But what you can't do if you're going to abbreviate chords like that, you can't hit the open strings that would, okay? So that's the best ones I've got for B flat. Right, what else have we got? How about Chicago, If You Leave Me Now? It's a good song, beautiful song. Again, it's keyboardy. How does If You Leave Me Now? Yeah, let's put it, can you redo it? I'll have a look.
Yeah.
If you leave me, if you got it, let's have a listen. It's keyboard, so it's bad to be in a weird key. Because key, you know, a nice key on a F is a dead easy key to play on a keyboard, but it's the hardest on a guitar, as you know, because you don't, you know. Let's have a listen.
It's cold out here.
That's it.
When I step to the spot, I got ice in my veins. Ice bath my therapy. When under pressure, I keep my cool.
Why did he talk like that?
Miles. Lucozade, fuel to go the distance. Ice.
Get extra boost days and guaranteed prizes on Bonus Drop Boost. Every England World Cup game. William Hill.
I like that tune. That's good. Okay, So it's in B. Okay, so I wouldn't want to play a B like that and lock all my fingers up. So what I would do, it's not cheating. See that chord there? What is it? It's a B in it. How do we know it to be? A sharp, B. I want to use some fingers to do stuff with. I can't now because I'm using that. So I'll use this. I mean, I'm guessing here. I've never played this, but I ain't got a clue. But I know it's something to do with the B sound. So now, let's listen to that again, that beginning. Hold on. I can't see the screen. Okay. So I can hear. If you what? That's off. You go to the beginning. I'm guessing. Okay, so you've got. 2, 3. If you leave me now. That's an A major 7. It changes to an A major 7. So that intro. Who asked the question? I'll just show you the first bit.
It was Brynmore Jenkins.
Brynmore. All right. So can we get rid of this now? So if you want to.
Back.
Yeah. Now, private students that come to me privately, I'd spend the hour with them, and you're doing what I'm doing now, but I'd do the whole song there and then, write it out for them, so they'd go away with it. So remember, private. If you want any private lessons, contact me, and we'd be talking like this. Doesn't matter where you are, Australia, America, don't matter. Yeah, knock it off, please, hon.
Off.
Yeah, I just want to get. Yeah, I've got other bits. Sorry, just moving the screen things here. Right, so you've got your capo here. Now the intro. Da, 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 da. It's a nice, beautiful little intro, and I can hear an acoustic guitar in the background. What's what, you know, and knowing there's a guitar on it, I know that it will follow progressions that fit with this, with the A shape. That's why I sort of know what's coming next. That's the thing about these things. Okay, so there's your A. When you've played that, keep your second finger where it is and put your first finger on the third string at the first fret, from the capo. I use this shape a lot. So you're going da 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 da, and when it goes do with the French horn, we go do. 2, 3. If you, and then to play the A major 7th. Now this is why I always keep this finger free. If you leave me now. See the way, if I was playing my A like that, I wouldn't be able to do what I've just done, because I got no finger. So that's why I always recommend doing it like this. If you leave me now, take her. And then an F sharp minor, to say A to F sharp minors are common. Take away the biggest part of me. C sharp minor. And I can't go. Baby, I think it goes. Oh, baby, please don't go. Okay, so if you now that's too high for me to sing. So I would say, well, I haven't got a voice like that, so I would go. 2, 3. If you leave me now, take away the biggest part of me. I'm gonna struggle again. Ooh, no, baby, please don't. You get the idea. Actually, that was pretty impressive, that one. Considering it was bloody good. I swear to God, I've never done it before. I'm just doing it now off the. This is what it's all about, you see. Straight off the top of my head for you there, folks. And not even one donation to the Biscuit Fund for that one. That was a freebie. Oh yeah, that one is. Greetings from Norfolk Broads, Rob. Have some more hobnobs on me. Thank you. Who sent the hobnob one?
Steve.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. Now the other one I did before we finish, because there's not many people asking questions, so I'm going on. I've been watching the Twilight Zone before I came up here, and it's on all.
In the Twilight Zone.
I know. So I did Sweet Caroline. Now when I was younger, when I was in the band when we first started playing in the mid-70s, we were all still at school, and of course we were all into T-Rex, David Bowie, Roxy Music, New York Dolls, all that sort of stuff, and all the cabaret singers, because we started off in the cabaret clubs, and in the school holidays, and all the cabaret singers, with the frilly shirts and the thingy, and all that with the tie undone, looking cool, with the organist and the one-legged drummer, the bingo machine in the corner. I love it. I love all that. I miss it. And the the Lametta style curtain in the background. You think about it. Chicken in the basket, folks. Remember that? Perhaps a bottle of Matthias Rosé. That's the one. With the lamp with the red shade, or blue nun. Yeah. Leaf Bramilch. Remember that one? Now I was a kid then, but I remember all this stuff going on, and I used to look on enviously. All right. Scampi, yeah. I didn't know what that was. What is it?
Fish.
Scampi, it's prawns, isn't it?
What's fish?
I don't know.
It's not prawns.
But anyway, all the cabaret singers used to sit. They all used to sing songs like, "Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on the wall, marble statuettes standing," stuff like that. But the other one they all used to do, and I didn't appreciate how good a song it was at the time, but it was Sweet Caroline. And of course, all our England fans are now they've adopted it as a sort of unofficial anthem for the World Cup, and they're playing, aren't they, tomorrow?
Yeah.
In Mexico. I'm sure that they're up to something there, because 1 o'clock in the morning is the thing. You've got fans messing around outside their hotel, not English fans. Don't get me started on that one. So anyway, what I did is I did Sweet Caroline, but to make it unique, I thought it would be nice to play the intro at the beginning, which you normally don't get. Sort of. I did it with a slightly damp. Began. I didn't seem to know where to when, but then I know it's going strong. The word was in the spring, then spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Riff. Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Great song, beautiful song. I wouldn't mind being a few pounds behind that particular tune. But Neil Diamond, he wrote that great song for the Monkees as well, didn't he?
Daydream.
He wrote, was it, what was it? Shit, I've forgotten it. I'll have to look at my own notes. I thought love was only true in fairy tales, meant for someone else, but not for me. Love was out to get me, that's the way it seemed. A disappointment haunted all my dreams. And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer, and not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I. Where's it go? What's the other one I like? One of my favourite ones, because I love pop music. Pop music is my thing. One of my favourite, it still is. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I love it. Yeah. So how's it go? Sugar. That's it. I put the riff in. Put the riff in. You see. Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you, honey, oh sugar, sugar. I got people on here thinking, what the hell is he doing here? So what was it somebody else asked me to do? I noticed the word Steve Howe.
Oh, that was
can you do a lesson on Steve Howe's The Ancient? I could do. I've done a couple of Steve Howe tracks. I've done, haven't I?
I don't know
I did, one of the first videos I put up was Mood for the Day by Steve Howe. I've done that one. Not many people watched it. They never do. If I put something on that looks hard, they never do it. I didn't do a lesson. I just did a performance of it. What's it called? The Ancient. I'll check it out for you, my old friends. I'll check it out. The Ancient. Can you remember that one? Darlin's writing everything down here. So we got another one here. Thanks for the £5 donation from Steve here. That's from the Norfolk Broad. Oh yeah, that's the hobnobbery one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got?
This here.
Have you done a video on how to do walk-ups and walk-downs between chord changes? Yes. Things like, well, the main ones. Say you go from an A to a D, for example. So you just go from A to D. A. There's that shape of just using If You Leave Me Now to an A7th. Or sometimes A major 7th, A7th to D. Alright? There's loads of things. Have a look at the, I've called it, what did I call it? Have a look at my thing. I did something recently about all that. On Wednesdays, I do like beginners lessons, and they covers all things, stuff like that. Private lessons, I tend to, for people if they want to learn something specific, like they want to learn a song, then we'll spend an hour and we'll learn. Like if it was If You Leave Me Now, we'd do that. Can't do it on here now because obviously I'm trying to go through a number of different things. We did Streets of London. Yeah, I think we're teaching me Streets of London. The only part I can't is the embellishment from G to G7th. Would you be able to tell me the plectrum order and finger? What was that? So have you seen? Did I use fingers or did I use a plaque? So I use finger. If you were just going to do it with a plaque, but it's played with fingers, So one. Now this is why, very important. You play your G like this. You'll never do all this fiddly stuff if you've got your G like that, like the traditional way you learn. You've got to do it like that, so you've got fingers to do stuff with. Okay, so that little run, for example, is so 6 and 2, 4, 3 with a hammer, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so. Then your little finger on the second string at the 3rd fret, then the 1st string, and then to your 7th note there. Yeah, I am plucking. Yeah, somebody mentioned about the plaque though. Thank you for teaching. The only part I can't get in the embellishment of G to G7. Would you be able to tell me the plucking order and finger placement thing? Yeah. So it's the. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and of course, can you see it from this angle? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the next beat, the next bar starts with a little finger on here. 1 and 2, open first, and then onto there. Let me take you. No, it's capoed as well, isn't it? Streets of London. So you get more of a. Have you seen the old girl in the closed down market? Kicking up the papers, in other words, with his worn out shoes. Are you Liverpoolian? I am. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Oh. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. See, all that stuff. You know that thing that we did on the Donovan thing? Well, the similar thing with this, if you learn to play your G like this, not like this, because you've got, again, no finger, forgive me if I'm going over it all the time, but there's your G, and then you play your second string at the 3rd fret, and then your little finger to play your second string at the 3rd fret. See? And then see, there's a little finger. See the way it's moved them? A minor, because the tunes live in them, and then when you play your F, just lift the bar. But all those songs, you know, have a look at the picking thing that we did. You know, what's this one? Thank you so much for this. Can finally finish this beautiful. Yeah, you're more than welcome, Simon. Right, I think we're out of questions, so that's it.
Couple more.
Oh, go on. Rob, is there a reason you don't cover any of your songs in these videos? You do. Well, yeah, because most people probably wouldn't know. I'm going to cover. I've been, funny enough, Brad, I'm actually going to cover one called. In fact, I've just started writing it out. Concertina Ballerina. Have a look, check it out when I've gone, all you people out there. Concertina Ballerina by Alternative Radio, which is the name of my band, well, I say my band, my dear brother Al. It's a song we did, because we make quite a lot of albums as Alternative Radio. And but this one in particular has really taken off in the States, and as I say, it's getting like 13,000 streams a day. And mainly by youngsters who look at it. It's easy to do it, but it features my favourite chords. My favourite, you know, I was talking before about what are your favourite chords. Well, mine, I'll use a capo. It's an E minor. I like to play it here. I played it on a keyboard in the studio. It's that sort of. So that's it, an E minor added ninth. The song's all about harlequins, and it's all about that misty and that weird stuff. Harlequin dancers alone on a stage. Minstrel gets playing to lions in a cage. Pictures and portraits are sketched on the floor. Girls selling orchids, 1 penny for 4. Soon there's a crowd at the caravan door of the concertina. But I love all that clown under the bed stuff. No, not you, Lynn.
Oh.
No, not you. You know. But I use the same chords in everything. So I'd use the same chords, like that was in a E minor there. Never, never in the valley of evergreen. Same thing, you know. All my stuff is, or our stuff, we use the same chords, but it's what makes the songs different is the melodies that go over the top. Right, what else have we got here? Being a guitar teacher, well, I'm not a guitar teacher really, I just sort of like doing it. I'm not, you know, most of my stuff comes from writing things. I like writing more so, but the teaching is a byproduct. I'm all right at teaching because I can do most styles and I can hear things that a lot of other people can't hear, which helps. Being a guitar teacher, what do you think of all the guitar tutorial apps that are available? I suppose some of them are really good, but as it goes back to what I said to you before, playing a guitar, playing any musical instrument is a physical thing. It's not just a mental thing. It's, you know, you've got to learn how to move your fingers. For example, I am a left-handed person. I play what's called a right-handed guitar because my dad, who taught me when I was young, he played this time. You know, I didn't know any difference, and it makes no difference for me. My strongest hand is my left hand because I'm left-handed. So for me, I thought that made sense playing it this way because I press the strings down more. As for strumming, well, you can't strum anyway. Now, if I was to, I think I did a demonstration with a left-handed guitar once. Even though I know everything in my head, everything, 60 odd years of stuff I know. If I were to turn this guitar around this way, okay, or the left hand, even though in my head I know what these fingers now should be doing and what this hand should be, I couldn't do it because my hands are not trained. They haven't had enough practice, not enough muscle memory has gone in. And even just doing this now, just talking to you, trying to put my fingers on what, you know, I know it's upside down. My fingers are already sore just now, this here. And if I tried to strum going, you know that bloody falsetto thing, if I tried to go, I can't do it. I would get frustrated if I was starting now. I would probably smash the guitar because I'm that sort of idiot. In fact, I see that guitar behind you folks. See that one there, that nice looking pear-shaped one? See that one? Where is it? There. That one. That's one here. See that nice pear-shaped guitar? My uncle bought that for me when I was about 12. He got it from Spain. It was black at the time. It wasn't a flash guitar, but it looked beautiful, and it was 12 string, but the strings were that far off the thing and it was dead hard to play. And I was trying to learn something on it one day and I got that frustrated. I threw it across the room, and it caught the side of a table and put a great big dent in the front, and I thought, my dad is going to go crazy when he comes in from work if he sees that. So I hid it, and I thought the next day when he went out to work, I thought I borrowed his sander, you know, his thing, Black & Decker. I thought I'll sand it down a bit, fill it, he won't know, he'll never know the difference. So I got his thing. I didn't know there was different grains of sandpaper. I didn't know that that if it went like that too hard it would rip all the paint off the whole thing, which it did. So I thought, shit. For those people who've seen that Father Ted thing, you know, when he's doing that with the hammer or with the car, well, that was like me with this guitar. And I completely wrecked it, and I put it in the loft, and I hid it from me. Where's that guitar? Oh, it's John's, one of my mates. Anyway, my mum and dad got divorced not long after, right? So he wasn't in the house, so he never knew about it. And about 25 years later, when my mum was moving out, I found the guitar in the loft with all bits. My dad still thinks probably it's at John's house. And I got one of my mates who's brilliant with wood, and I said, look, do me a favour, it's an unplayable guitar, but I love the shape, can you just veneer it to make it look nice for me? So that's what it is. And I used it in the Big Moon. I used it on the cover of Wood, Wire and Skin, which is an album I did with Brother Al as alternative radio, and you'll see me playing it on the on the Big Moon High Tide video that we made, Lynn and I made, for one of the tracks off Junction 39 album. But why am I telling you this story? Because my frustration got the better of me and I damaged the guitar, I am ashamed to say. And if my dad's watching this, you know, what are you going to do about it, Dad? You're 92 now. What are you going to do about it? He'll have forgotten what I've just said in 5 minutes. I know, yeah. What have we got here? Simon, thanks again. Brilliant teacher, thank you very much. You're more than welcome. Now remember, if you want any private lessons, if that's what you want, if you want to learn anything, send me a message. I use Zoom, which works really well, all up and down the country, in America in particular. You know, you don't even notice that the distance. You know, sometimes the signal's better, and it's exactly as it is now. Only the quality is even better than this, because we're doing it live. This thing doesn't, you know, I don't know what the technical reason is. I can't be asked trying to even think about it. Right, what else have we got here? Rob, do you own any Gibson or Martin acoustic guitars, and why do you use Taylor's? Well, Taylor's a beautiful guitar, acoustics that is. Oh, just before I go, I want to show you. I meant to show you. I use Taylor. I use this one, which is my favourite one. I've got a beautiful Takamine or Takamine downstairs, a Japanese one, one of the first ones, an EN20, big jumbo one. I use that live, and that's downstairs. But let me show you this. I did a video on this yesterday. So any of you folks out there?
Somebody mentioned, were you going to show us how
yes.
sounded tonight compared to your
Yeah. We'll do us a favour. Well, just do us a favour, love. Can you just switch that amp on? This guitar, one of my friends, one of my students, he gambled 150 quid. He saw this advert, and he, give us that lead there, look. That's it. So, just turn it down a bit. That'll do. Now, before I start making a noise, this guitar, when you look at it, you know, it looks like a beautiful Les Paul. He brought it to the house today. What do you think of this, Rob? And I thought, ooh, that is wonderful, wonderful guitar, beautiful. And I looked at the headstock, and I thought, well, it says Gibson, doesn't it? It doesn't say Chibson. A lot of people, when I did this thing yesterday, think, oh, yeah, those Chibsons. This isn't. This is a proper forgery. This says Gibson on the headstock, not Ch. You know, it's not like a little subliminal thing where you can get away with it. It's got that. When you look at the back of the headstock, it's got all the little thing, made in the USA. It's got a serial number. Now, I did, for those people who didn't see the video I did yesterday, I came up with if you've got it, but I had to check mine. I thought, shit, I might have bought a duffer here because it's so good. Yeah, so it's somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know it was. I'm sure this house is haunted. Every time I put stuff down, it goes missing. I'd like to blame Lynn, but I can't. Yeah, I know. I can hear Lynn muttering in the background. You know, I can remember. This is where my memory still works, thankfully. Okay, so with a fake Gibson, you see this number here, this thing. All the fakes tend to start with 01716. Can you see that? I did some research yesterday on the internet, and I did a video of it. Not many people have watched it, which surprises me, because I would have thought those people out there that have got a Les Paul, like I have, would think, shit, I might have bought a duffer. I better go and check it, as I did. So if it's got 017, see the way that's really clear, that, and it's got made in the USA and all that. So you think it's you know, because I'm not a connoisseur of guitars. I play them, but I'm not a luthier. Is it luthier or Luthien? Luthier. Yeah. I wouldn't know a fake, but I'd know if it sounded shit when I plugged it in. But other than that, you know, I'd think it was real. You know, but by the time you've bought it on eBay, by the time you've got it there with your certificate of authenticity, which is also fake, you know, you think, oh Christ, if I've been out of here. So what would you do if you think, well, first of all, a real Gibson, they impress the serial number into the wood before the lacquer, the paint and lacquer is applied. So sometimes it's very difficult to see, but you will see the indentation. Okay. In fact, if you haven't got my other guitar, I haven't got one to demo. I demoed it on the other one with my other guitar. So that should be very, very dark. You can see that, I can feel that. That's been put on after the lacquer, after the paint. So that at a glance, all right, that's one, all right. The second thing, on the frets here, the nibs as they call them here, on a real Gibson, the beading along the side here covers the fret in order to stop it digging into your fingers. Okay, I'll show you my Gibbs, the other one, in a minute. So that's another thing to look out for. Okay, if you see that. Now it could have been that if it's an older guitar, that it's been refretted, in which case they probably didn't put the beading right that way across again. So it's not necessarily a thing, but it's certainly a warning sign. Okay, so check that out. The other one, main one, is the bridge here. You never see screws like this. This has got a flat screw head. Can you see that? See there? It's got screw. On a real one, it doesn't have that. It has like a much more elegant sort of arrangement where you turn a little screw, a little thing down here. I'll show you in a sec. So that's that one. If you were going to buy one, you would ask your seller, whoever it was, to take this off here, where it covers the nut. Now when you open that, there should be you should actually see a nut, you know, an actual nut, where you'd have your tool, you'd put it on, nice clean cavity in there, and you would adjust your truss rod accordingly. With a fake, you don't have a nut. You have an Allen key which goes down into the thing, and so that's an obvious one. what I would do if I was going to buy another Gibson, I would say, and I wasn't sure, I'd say to the seller, right, I want some particular photographs. I'd like you to send me a picture of the back of the headstock, please. They do that. I'd like a picture of the side of the neck, please, so you can see. You don't have to tell them what you want to see. You just want to see. Do that. I want to see the bridge. I want to check for this. And if I was going to spend a lot of money on it, I'd say, and I want you to take that off, you know. And if they said no, to say, well, I'm not buying it then. To say, take it off. If they want to sell it and it's original, they'll do it. And you can tell them why. Just say, well, you know, it all looks fine. Take that off. And if it's got a nut there, as in which you will see clearly in a nice clean cavity. Now, there's lots of other things that you can look for. You know, when you take all the pickups off, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, or when you take these plates off, you know, there's little other telltale signs. But the most important thing, if you're like me and you just like playing guitar, and you just want to know at an instant whether or not you've got anything to be worried about, they're the first 5 things. So, what does it sound like? Well, it's all right. I mean, it's out of tune. So that is the fake, and don't buy these. I mean, you know, don't, you know, if you want to buy a guitar for 150 quid, you know, go and buy a second-hand Ibanez or something like that. You know, I don't want to give these people any business, you know, because they're ripping you off, aren't they? So now this is a lot heavier. Alright, the difference between this guitar and that one I've just played, if you got it over the head with that other one, it would knock you out. If you got it over the head with this one, it would kill you. Alright, now, you will notice with this one, the serial number, this, you can't really, it's different. This is because this is a 57 reissue. It's a lot heavier, but you'll see that the nib, you know, the binding here covers the frets. You'll notice that where there was screws on the other one, this has got a much more elegant little thing where you turn. The wheel there doesn't have these screw things there, you know. It just feels nicer.
Switch it off.
The lens just turned it off.
It's making a noise.
Oh no, it's making a noise.
No, it's vibrating.
It's a lot more powerful, you can already hear that. It's a beautiful guitar. Lynn bought this one for me for my 60th birthday, didn't you? She saw me all the time, you know, looking longingly. Alliteration. Yeah, I know. And whenever I've had the money, the guitar's never been around. I just want to unplug that, please. And don't do what I've just done. I've just unplugged the guitar before turning off the amp, which is a silly thing to do, because that's how you blow your speakers. So don't do that. Right. So look out for those fake things. Right. What else have we got before we go home? Are there any chords that you hate playing? Not really. There are songs I hate playing, you know, but all chords are beautiful, you know. They're all nice depending on how it's done. We've got Piggy. Can you please suggest 10 songs for a beginner to play at a barbecue for an audience 50? Well, the best songs to play is, you know, whenever me and our kid, if ever we were doing like a party or something outside our normal circle of friends, because whenever we play live, we always play our own music. We did some covers, but not many. But if we were doing a special occasion for a friend or something, we'd always look at the colour of the hair of the audience. and we would base our set on what colour their hair was. So if you're doing a thing for the audience 50 to 75, then you'd say, well, you'd be doing like stuff that they want to hear. You know, don't be playing what was in the chart last week. They haven't got a clue what that is. You know, so you'd be looking at Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, you know, that type of thing, David Bowie, and 10 songs for a beginner. It depends what the word. See, the word beginner is misleading, because there's a beginner that knows absolutely nothing, and there's a beginner that might have been playing for 2 years and knows a bit. So the most important thing is to pick. The only advice I can give you is to choose songs that like with the chords like D, G, and A in, and songs that chords that you're familiar with, and then pick your songs accordingly around those particular things. You always got to remember that great songs are usually written over very simple chord progressions. Sometimes it sounds a lot more complicated than they are because of all the other instruments that may be in and out. But even bands like Pink Floyd, when you strip it all out, you've got A's, D's, very simple stuff. Okay, so that's really the only advice. Again, anyone that's interested in something like that, it would be a private lesson affair where I'd say, okay, let's have a look. How well can you play? And you'd show me. It's okay. Well, given what I know that you know, and then I would then choose the songs accordingly based on what I can hear, and I would help you to develop it. So, if there's anything in particular you want to do, it's a private situation, right? You know how to get hold of me if you want private lessons, all right? Right, what else have we got? Have you ever touched on producing a song that may have been saved on as a I don't know. See, I'm not all that. What's that about ASCAP?
Saving as a love.
Have you ever touched on producing a song that may have been saved on GarageBand
As a love.
or as a WAV and then uploaded to, or similar, and ASCAP, etc.? It's either. Well, the way we do things, quite simply, is because we own all the copyright to most of the stuff, other than when I was with RCA Records or a couple of songs from EMI. I bought all the stuff back off EMI, which was good, in the 90s, and I'm glad I did that. But the RCA stuff, they still own it. Now, so if I upload something, it's copyright control. The very fact that I've put it up there, people can see, you know, it's in itself, it's, you're first up because everything's got a sort of date on it, hasn't it? So if you upload it, I always register new songs that we do with the PRS, the Performing Rights Society, and TuneCore as well. They do a lot of collecting services now, and we use ASCAP as well in the States. So you register your songs with those. In fact, sometimes if I've just played one of my songs on here, Concertina Ballerina. When you've gone, I'll get a thing saying copyright. You know, it's got, and you know, if I was monetizing it, I'd have to pay a royalty to myself, in effect. You know, but I'd still have to go through the motions of it would be paid to the to PRS, then they would pay me. So it's a bit of a minefield. What price is an hour-long lesson, Rob? For me, 45 quid. Cheap at the price, I think. It is 40. That's what it is. £45 an hour. But the reason I do all the free ones is because I know a lot of people out there that haven't got a lot of money. You know, so I get that. So if you haven't got any money, especially young people, I don't want young people to not be able to play, because or pensioners or people who are short of a dosh. You know, I want them to be able to play. So that's why I do the free stuff online, and that's why it's nice that all those people donate to the channel. Because by doing so, it gives me the time away from my, private teaching, in order to put those things together for those people who may not have any money. So that's the thing. So thank you for those people that do donate, because it all helps. What do you use to upload songs to? You know what? I tend to leave it to people that know how to do it. How helpless. My brother does it, Alan. He's much more familiar with technology than I am, isn't he? Oh, Len does it. Len's cleverer than me. I just wear a silly hat and play the guitar, and I write a lot of stuff. I like writing, and that's where the money is. The money's in the writing. You know, you can earn some money performing live, but which is nice. But really, if you want to make money as a career, then you need to be able to write. You know, Alan and I, brother, we've done a lot of music for telly. We did about 100 odd themes for Granada TV, done a film, not many films, done one. Or somebody's picked up one of our other songs for another one, which I've not heard yet. I've not seen it. And of course we've got this other one with Concertina Ballerina, which is doing really well. And because of that one, everyone else is picking up on it. You know, on Spotify, if you go on Spotify and look at it, you'll see, you'll put alternative radio in, you'll see all the, you know, how many views it gets. It's quite amazing, really. Nice for there's life in the old dog yet. But check all those things out. Have a look at robfennah.com. You know, my website, robfennah.com, with all my back catalogue stuff's on there as well. And if you're not in Patreon, join Patreon, because I put all behind the scenes stuff on there. You know, when I'm working in a recording studio and putting things together, you hear the finished thing, but there's a lot of stuff I do on there. You know, a lot of stuff I'm doing when I'm working with my son Sam, who's very successful. You know, he's got a best-selling book. He's got another one out. But we work together a lot with me, Alan, brother Al, and Sam, whereby there's a lot of music involved in his work, and the music is provided by myself and his uncle Al, as those people that know his work will know. So it's great, because if you've got an audio book, it's underscored. It's like listening to a musical play. So, and when there's songs in where you'd see in the page the lyric in the audio book, you hear the song, you know. So there we are. It's an interesting thing. What else have we got? Which effects pedals do you use for acoustic? I don't use any. Actually, I'm fibbing. I don't use a pedal. If I'm playing live, I might use a pedal actually. I use a little tiny bit of chorus and reverb just to sparkle it up, to make it sound a bit faster. Any specific sites you use for second-hand gear? Not really, no. I just have a good look around, you know, and you just see. But I never buy new guitars. Never. I don't like new guitars, because they always, you know, you've heard me saying it before. A new guitar still thinks it's a tree. You know, it doesn't realise that it's not. You know, it's not a tree anymore, and it takes time for them to settle in. You know, thank you. That somebody said she's appreciated. Thank you. Well, I'm glad. That's the whole point. Is Sam's new book going to be on Audible? Yeah, of course it is. It's on Audible. The other one is Amygdala. Is the name of the book. Amygdala. It's topped the bestseller charts in all the different genres as well. You know. Sam Fennah. If you put it, it's site 18 and over, because it's you know, it's adult content or elements. It's not pornographic or rude or anything. It's just a bit of sweary now and again. So it's 18. But if you just put Fennah in as opposed to Rob Fennah, then I've just seen you walking across the thing. Then you know, he'll pop up and you'll see all his wonderful characters. You know, the Lucy Lace makers and all that sort of stuff. It really is good stuff. I'm just listening again to the audio book, and I really enjoy listening to it, because he's narrating it as well. He's got a really, I forget that it's my son. You know, I'm just listening to the characters that he's doing. It's really good. And my other son Alan, by the way, you know, he's a lot quieter than me. Is my other son Al, but he's a great guitar player. You know, but whereas I'll spout it from the rooftops, you know, about myself, he's much more laid back and quiet, you know. But Al did some work on us on the Junction 39 album, the Big Moon, High Tide, the electric guitar and that he played. So they're both great in their own way, you know. But there we are. And Lynn's, you know, without Lynn, none of us would be able to do anything. Dave, thanks for the £5. Have we got enough in the biscuit fund now? I think we have. Right, plenty. I'm going to love you and leave you, because I'm up tomorrow morning teaching again. Alright, so which is going to be fun. Look out for those Gibson things, alright? How do we turn this off? I'm fucking hopeless. I am. The next one, and again, happy 4th of July for all our American chums out there. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. All right. Yeah. I'm hoping to see one of my 4th of Julyers tomorrow. You know, Casey. Casey. Yeah. So, all right, there we are. So, Lynn, you're going to have to do the honours. The next one we did, when is it? The 1st of August. 1st of August, Saturday, the 1st of August, the next one. Get your questions ready for next time, all right? And, you know, put me to the test. You know, it's all part of the fun. Test me. Right, come on, Lynn, do the business. Let me just do this. Hold on.
Oh.
When you end the show, you've got to do the end of show music, which is this. Yeah, you got to go like this. I'll go over here and sing to the end of the. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for everything tonight. Come on, then I can begin to think. We'll see you on the 1st of August. When you're leaving the building, please be careful not to wake the neighbours, and have a safe journey.